Interesting conversation I had with a student the other day. This boy had been accused of bullying. Now, I know that this boy doesn't have a malicious bone in his body. He's a wonderful boy, good-natured boy. So I spoke to him about it, and I asked him what had happened, and he said he wanted to play with somebody, so he went over and started playing with them. Well, the other person said, "I don't want to play right now." Well, this student, let's call him student A, really wanted to play. So he kept following student B around the schoolyard, all over the place, laughing, joking around, like being physical too, poking. "Come on, let's play." Student B said, "I don't want to play. I told you to leave me alone." So I asked student A, "Well, what do you do in a case like that when student B doesn't want to play?" And student A said, But I want to play." I said, "But student B's told you, leave me alone, I don't want to play right now," and starts to walk off. "What do you do then?" And student A said, "Well, I follow him." So student B says again, "Stay away from me, stop following me, I don't want to play." "What do you do then?" Student A says, "But I want to play, so I keep following him." Finally, student B runs away, and what does student A do? Runs to the teacher and says, "Student B is not being very nice. We're running from him, and he's being really mean." Has student B done anything wrong? No, but student A couldn't see that. He saw the rejection from student B as being mean. Student A is also now seen as being harassing and bullying. So student B, when he's questioned, would say, "Student A was bullying me, harassing me, following me. He wouldn't leave me alone." Again, student A is going to think, "Student B was being mean to me." So what do you do in a situation like that? So I created a social story for them. They need to understand why these situations happen. Sometimes it's difficult for students, especially if they're on the spectrum, to be able to see how the other person is perceiving their actions or the things that they say. So you can create a story for them and give them the rule, the 3 strikes you're out rule. Basically, first time you attempt to make that contact, and if the person doesn't reciprocate, okay, second time you can try again. Again, if the person doesn't reciprocate, maybe they're busy, maybe they didn't hear you, maybe he was preoccupied with something else. The third time that you make the attempt to socialize and you don't get the response back, you back off and you wait. When the other person is ready to communicate with you or play with you or whatever it is, wait for them now to approach you. Because sometimes people like student A, they don't know when enough is enough or where the boundaries are. So if you give them the simple rule of 3 strikes you're out, then that will give them some idea, because maybe after 3 strikes, student B would come back and say, "Okay, you know what, student A, I'm ready to play now." But if student A goes over and over and over and over and over again, student B's reaction is going to be, "Stay away from me, I don't want to be around." So give them a social story and give them the 3 strikes you're out rule, because sometimes certain social situations and social cues need to be taught. I've worked with lots of children on the spectrum, and one of the common traits that we see is